My global friends, we start our webinar on project management challenges in COVID-19 era. Now with this, I first of all welcome you all. We are going through a very tough time. In my view, this is the toughest time ever faced in the history of human beings. Everybody's impacted. This is a global program. More than 200 countries having projects, and each country has thousands sub-projects. Each laboratory is a sub-project. Each country is a project. Combination of all the countries globally is a program. We have never seen, in my opinion, such a great amount of catastrophe for the human race. And we are bent to win over it. There's no doubt, zero doubt, certainty. So to start with, I would like to share, and let me introduce myself. I'm a very good student. There's one thing I always say when people make a long speech about me. I said, forget about the long speech. I am a damn good student. So basically, I am an engineering graduate from Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. And my experience over the last 50 plus years is towards IT, technology, and in the last 27 years, project management. I'm chairman of the International Institute of Projects and Program Management. So with this background, let me show you an Adobe, a flash, which I think you will be able to see, hopefully. All right. Now, this is the ideal situation. This is the ideal situation. This is the ideal situation. Economy, environment, human beings, all in parallel, synchronized, everything green. Ideal utopia. We will never reach that, perhaps, but we should aim for that utopia. Next, before COVID, I would say, and I will show you another slide, which will quantify how much decline economy has made, how much decline human well-beings have made, environment. In my opinion, environment is zero level. We are polluting the environment, global warming. The global leaders are not paying attention to that, and we as human beings will face music out of it. So this is before COVID. And now look at the next thing, when the COVID has made us where we are. Economy dropped down, rolled down, totally in a bad shape. Environment has improved. You start listening to the music of the voice of the sings of the birds. Environment has become better. In Delhi, in India, I find near my home, I see birds singing. It's a great environment is improved. But the human beings, they have also taken a toll. When I say human being, I do not say health. Health is only one parameter. Migrant labor may be healthy in the sense they have physical body, but the well-being, concern about people, I think we are looking at a larger scale. Human being is a much larger scale than just merely the parameters of the health. And now the next challenge which will be to change the economy from such a doldrums to improve. Now the danger is when we are trying to improve by opening up the economy, the danger is the human well-beings will go down. And this is danger, this is a risk. It can multiply, second wave can take place. And I think unless we do testing and tracing kind of situation, which is not my cup of tea, I'm not a virologist, I'm not economist, but I am just a management person, project management person. But I think this is a danger we should be very much careful about. So if you see this ideal before COVID, during COVID, and right now, when we try to improve the economy. I want to show you another one, you a little bit more more thing in the opening part. In fact, this should have been the first one, but I didn't want to show you. I wanted to show flesh before this. So we see here on the left side, all of us, the 7 billion people have to work together to take care of this stupid, dangerous catastrophe. So let me share the screen with you. Now, this is interesting, very, very interesting, very, very interesting. Very, very interesting, and I'll keep on repeating. We as human beings have not paid attention to what has been said earlier. Way back in 1979, in the United Nations UN Chronicle, National Security and Pandemics, how things can become bad. This is 41 years ago. So if we are getting this problem, it's because we don't pay attention to the reality which can happen. If you see the next one, mind-boggling. I am surprised that this thing happened. A World at Risk annual report compiled by Global Preparedness Monitoring Board, WHO, in September 2019. They said, wow, what an important warning to us. The world knows an apocalyptic pandemic is coming, but nobody is interested in doing anything about it. What a pity for the human race. A new independent report compiled at the request of the United Nations Secretary General warns that there is a very real threat of a pandemic sweeping the planet, killing up to 80 million people. A deadly pathogen is spread airborne around the world. The report says could wipe out almost 5% of the global economy. And we are not ready. Way back 8 months ago. Uncertainties that matter. The uncertainties which do not matter are nothing to do with the risk. And again, but in the reality, this is not an uncertainty anymore. It's a reality that we are facing, the music. So therefore, the issues arise out of reality that matters. The reality is that we are in a bad shape, that we are cancerous. We are in the stage 3, stage 2, maybe. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. But we are in a bad shape. We are partly in ICU, maybe not fully. So we got to recover. So I would say this is only the tone I wanted to set up. And my last slide is just before I close, and I will speak less when I come at the end of the program, because I have spoken more now. This main aim is to show the trends and not the exact values. As an engineer, we are always used to playing around with the numbers and the things like that. Numeric. What I've tried to do is utopia, again reflecting that. And this utopia is economy, environment, human well-being before COVID. Now you look at economy, 45 degrees, some kind of measurement, not a good thing. And well-beings are much better, much less than the economy. Health of the economy is better in relationship to human well-being. Therefore, 60 degree is more downwards in comparison to economy. Then emergence of COVID-19, wow. And that, of course, these numbers, you don't worry about the degrees, as I mentioned at the bottom. What is important is it is much below the line. We have negative GDP. People are suffering. 41 million people are unemployed, claiming unemployment claim in the United States. Everywhere there are problems. In India, we have problems, people going to the villages from the cities. So the worldwide is a phenomena which has taken us in a very bad shape. And of course, health is today in a almost, to Singh will speak, and partly I will say what are the challenges we have to face the COVID era. During COVID era, we need to increase slowly towards the positive side, slowly. Any abrupt change, disruption, which was caused by this COVID, and if we want to bring it back in a very quantum jump, it could lead to, as a common human being, lead to problem. And therefore, the problem is, challenges are how to make sure the human well-beings do not come below the baseline. So there is a conflict between economy going up and the human well-being coming down. The challenge to project management, the challenge to business leaders, the challenge to politicians, the challenge to economists, the challenge to our great scientists, the challenge to our medical workers, frontline, they are all putting their life to save us. The challenge is how to balance economy growth and without impacting health, human well-being. Uncertainties, risk, and information, they're all interlinked. And they're all interlinked. The main aim is to show the trends and not the values, which you will notice here. This is where the uncertainties at the top, certainty is 0. Probability when it becomes 0, it becomes certainty. Probability exists, 0 plus, 900 minus. And uncertainty is totally, we don't know anything about it. Time is the horizon. China, the first time it occurred, SARS after that, family of that, sometimes in December. I don't want to get involved in, I have no competence to say what time, what date, but normally people say it had appeared in the December month, second, third week, end of December. And then suddenly it came, not suddenly, but it became a big issue, human to human intervention. Of course, they realized later, WHO declared it later. The rest of the world, there was a delay. There was a delay almost month and a half, by and large. So I'm not getting involved in the exact part. There was a delay in understanding this, the structure of everything. So the uncertainties, China was able to see because they started all these things. They had earlier experience of SARS and all that. That curve, I mean, accuracy, you should not worry about that. Started coming down, will keep on coming down. And the rest of the world, Europe was very badly hit. America now is the worst hit. A lot of things we are able to know. Human race is facing the greatest challenge in its existence. So now, this was the end of January, something like that. And now if you see this, interestingly, the curvature is not so important. The information about this deadly disease, we started pulling it up slowly. And then the curve is important to show, and this will keep on going. This will keep on going. And today is June, around June, I think some kind of, we have gathered information. People have started trials in animals, they start understanding. A lot of people are saying 12 to 18 months. I have zero idea about that. What it takes to make vaccine. But they say it could be 12 to 18 months, June 2021. I have no idea about 95%, and I can be corrected. But as a common sense, at some point in time, when we have very large success ratio, the vaccine can be administered after many trials. So the 95% is the target to create vaccine in. We may exceed it before. We may precede, we may have a jump ahead. So this is where the picture looks like. Risk is associated with the uncertainties. Risk keeps on coming down when we reduce uncertainties. What is a project management challenge now? The challenge is how Our biggest challenge as a project and program manager, our challenge is, wow, reducing the rate of reduction of uncertainties. Reducing the rate of reduction of uncertainties. You reduce more uncertainties in less time. That is what the challenge is. And we succeed in that, we will make human beings a little bit less miserable. What I'm showing here is this integrated view. The global force, I call it a made-in globe. Everybody, all the human beings, all the countries together, put their efforts, all the scientists collaborate, work together as if one common goal for the project to succeed, to program to succeed. So if the extrapolation, if the fast reduction of uncertainties take place, both of these, rest of the world and China together, then we will able to come to this level March 21. No model is predictable. Sir, I'm not predicting anything. It's just a matter of putting some figure. I would say that 3 months, 4 months, 5 months would be any. If we put all our might together, we will certainly reduce to make the time for vaccine. Now, let me show you this in his question. This is very interesting, and I will spend some time and then I'll move faster. From phase to phase, 7 dimensions. XYZ, the space, time, mind, passion, and joy, as I call it. I'm showing this based on 2011 article of mine. Interaction to now limiting to 3.5 dimensions. Wow. Mr. Jain, how can you be so accurate about 3.5? In social distance, wrong word, digital paper. Why it has come to 3.5? Mind, only half of the mind is available to you, ladies and gentlemen. Because the remaining, whatever half or quarter, I don't care, but the remaining mind is full of emotions. The remaining mind is full of emotions. So the digital world will not allow you to show all your emotions, which is coming in your mind on screen. Not possible. So I reduce half mark here. Passion you cannot show, 1.5. You cannot show Z dimension. You cannot see how fat I am. So you lose that. Joy you cannot show. So 3.5 dimensions you lose in this digital world. The challenge to us is how project managers should motivate people, how should create a project leadership role, disconnect between WFH and peer emotion. I would like to see more people and playing football together and all that. There's going to be a problem. A football without audience is no good. So of course these are the challenges. COVID has accelerated culture, immediate challenge. People are not used to, so they have to change the mindset. Flattening of the organization. You cannot walk to a room with a big label, general or some big label, the chairman of a company, corner block, 32 street, 32 floor. So those titles and all that thing, when you see on a screen, everybody looks with 2 eyes, 1 nose, 1 mouth, 2 ears, and a hair. So in my opinion, the hierarchy will further go down in terms of communication, mind-to-mind connectivity. Agile way, people are talking about agile way. So in my opinion, as a project manager, agile way of working becomes more visible. Test your idea. In last 2 months, in fact, we have been working in our company in I2P2M. We have made everything online. So test your idea, a small idea, demonstrate it works or not. Everybody is connected together. My colleagues are saying, is it okay at 11 o'clock in the night? Yeah, it's okay. Go ahead, test it, get reaction, and move forward. Communication more instantaneous. And I think this is going to be the reality. We cannot get away from it. We have to have bias for action. We cannot be lethargic in the earlier mode of pre-COVID, face-to-face, call people and find out what is happening. It's all gone. You've got to be more instantaneous than the digital. Very, very quickly, I'll just cover it up to leave some questions some time for that. Decision becoming faster, communication becoming more factual. You cannot give a big stories because you have limited time. You have to bring all your ideas together. You have to share some documents, share, move forward. More collaboration, as Dr. Singh pointed out so nicely, more collaboration amongst colleagues, short notice. Some people can say, yes, come back on Zoom. Two people can talk to each other through Zoom or through MS Team, through any media. Now, what are the solutions based on this scenario? What are the solutions? I'd like to just show you very quickly, and then we will have some more time to take some questions. A strategy to optimize the whole. I think the major issue to human beings is their narrow interest limited to themselves, to community, to a state, to a country. When we look at this kind of pandemic, the whole world is united. The whole is the whole world. Parts are the countries, are the parts. What is good for the country may not be good for the whole. We have to look at the whole. In control system, what is good for the whole, what is best strategized, what is the best strategy for the whole is not the strategy for the parts. Very big challenge is strategy to optimize the whole. WPH, office and home, two sides of a coin getting diffused. I mean, there is no distinction. You wear the same cap, not going to office at 9 and coming home at 6. You have flattened your mind. Mind is not bifurcated, which is good. And we need to practice for it. Discipline is must. As a project management challenge, our major emphasis should be discipline. Because if you don't have discipline, economy can go up, we can open up the economy, but the health may go down. Social distancing, cleaning of the hands, whatever the doctors are saying so beautifully, we got to do that discipline. The biggest challenge today is to bring that to control the adversity. Authentic leadership. Now, how do we build leadership? In three-dimensional, people have time. They can see you, how you're talking. They have some trust. They can give sixth sense. Like, this guy is good. I can trust him. But in visible world, digital world, how do you build that trust? So you got to be very transparent, authentic leader. You mean what you say, and you bring people together so that they can have more trust on you. There will be trust deficit in the digital world. Data integrity is must. There is no doubt about that. Human emotions not displayed over this digital connect. Human emotion, as I mentioned before, you cannot show that too much. Changing the mindset to ownership of the work is an important part. Every person who is part of the team at any level does not matter. He has to be part of the ownership. He owns the problem. He owns the solutions. Video-based online possible solutions, gathering of technical and human-related issues, and its resolution, including monitoring. Video-based, Dr. Singh pointed out very well. Non-linear mind considering possibilities and limited to probabilities. No, there is no probability concept anymore. There's a possibility. There's a possibility. Something happens is a possible thing to happen. It was not a good probability point of view. We have to consider that. Understanding the basic technology is this slide was made in respect of that. The technology will gonna be important for everybody. So we have to have reskill. We have to have people who are going to have automatic cars, the millions and million drivers. What will they do? So human society has never faced or will face that kind of turmoil, as we will see. COVID has accelerated the turmoil to a very large extent. Risks are those where uncertainties matter. When uncertainties do not matter to you, rains are happening somewhere, it is not a risk. He also mentioned later on that COVID is not black swan because it was predictable. There are three things he talks about it: predictability, and later on entirely you feel that you understand this, understandable, why it has happened, high chances of that. So the issues are those when you resolve the reality. Reality, having COVID is a reality. it has given rise to issues, not risks. And therefore, as a project managers, business managers, politicians, economists, scientists, all have to work together to see how collectively we resolve issues. That, the economic turmoil, I am very clear about it. As far as I am concerned, if collectively we look at holistically, which are the segments which are going to be impacted more. Our people at the lower level are going to be impacted maximum. Therefore, we should have compassion, we should have priorities right. We are giving stimulus. Government of India is doing great job in promoting some of these things, but what more they can do, how can they create sustainable situations where people can find bread and butter, if not butter, at least bread minimum. So I think in my opinion, the economic turmoil can be slowed down a little bit, not in a hurry, but make sure that we have holistic view. Who are the first people? The stakeholder analysis must be done thoroughly. How this will impact. And I think the government is doing to do more, but in my view, economic turmoil, to reduce that turmoil versus the distress of the people, they are opposite to each other sometimes. Sometimes they are together. Because unless there is economy, people will not have any job. This is again a distress. It's not only a matter of health. So I think it's a very larger perspective, and there are a lot of experts who can think about it. But in short, we have to consider people who are at the lower level of our society's strata. We got to provide them more compassion, and at the same time provide industry support so they can create employment. That kind of thing, it is the greatest responsibility for them to see how well they can take care of the people working for them. An example of one farmer with 4 acres land, he has met 10 people to go to Bihar by plane. Imagine, he is a model. When I read 2 days ago, he did not wait for these people. For 27 years, they were coming to farm for him mushrooms. I think it's a great signal for the people who have tremendous money to spare to see how, without impacting the too much bottom line. No doubt bottom line will be impacted. Worldwide is getting impacted. We cannot stop that. Even there's a little bit further down, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 down, but it is happiness, human well-being. If that is going up, is a far, far better strategy. Government of India, I mean, I'm nothing to do with any political affiliation all my life, but I must say, as a project manager, the early stand taken by Government of India to lock down, I think, in my opinion, it has done a great job. Our Prime Minister, I must say, is a great program manager. He understands consulting people and all that. And I really, as a project manager, I'm analyzing his moves. To conclude, my folded hands to all of you. Social distancing, we cannot meet and shake hands. Only one humble request. In this period of distress at a global level, whatever we can do at our end will be a great contribution. I believe discipline. I believe that following certain fundamentals, अनुशासन, अगर उसको हम धीरे धीरे करेंगे, जो करना है, मैं आज बोल रहा हूँ तो ठीक है, तो मैं आज ये अपने साथ सब जगह रहता हूँ, सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग, अपनी एफिशिएंसी बढ़ाइए, अपने लोगों को थोड़ा सा करके हाउ टू मेक प्रोजेक्ट्स वायबल, हाउ टू पुट प्रोजेक्ट्स बैक. Thank you for sparing your time.